This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rekah Kwadash. I would like to give double honors to the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel to this day, who taught me this truth. And I would like to say shalom to all the Akim and the Akwath that's believing on this truth and that's seeking their salvation at the hands of Yahawah and his only begotten son, Yahawashi. I would like to say shalom. So today, I'm going to entitle this video, Babylon Must Fall, the Writings on the Wall. Okay, America, which is pursuing the prophecy, okay, is Babylon the Great. All right, and this place is going to have the greatest fall, okay, known to man. And we're going to get right into it today. I'm going to play this video from the Hopeful Elect 3. All right, and I'm going to grab a couple precepts going into how, this is biblical prophecy, is written. Okay, and this devil, okay, when we speak about the devil, we're talking about a nation of people, okay, it will be none other than Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, okay. He's not going to be able to upset prophecy. He's not going to be able to wiggle his way out of judgment, okay. It tells you how he has a judgment that he cannot remove his neck from, all right. Babylon the Great will fall. So let's play this video.
Hey, what's up, friends? I hope everybody's doing well. To the people on this channel, if you guys have been listening to End Times Prophecy for this day of the Word of God, you should know by now that it's very different than what's been put out by all of the organizational structures, okay? They're dominated by the devil, and they teach lies. But I want to explain to you guys how Russia has been elevated by God and will be used by God to destroy Mystery Babylon. You guys should be paying very much attention right now. Please prepare. I implore you to prepare now, guys. Everything's coming to a screeching halt. And if you're just, I don't know, watching whatever fucking sitcom, I don't even know what's on television anymore. I haven't watched television in over 5 years. Wake up, people. You should be paying attention right now. Whatever you do, please prepare. This is one of the last warning calls you'll ever hear. And if you ignore it, you will regret it. I can assure you, friends, I know exactly what's coming. Be well.
First and foremost, the only people that can prepare, okay, is the nation of Israel. And the only people that will prepare is the elect of the nation of Israel, okay? And you prepare by hiding yourself, okay, in the secret place of the Most High, okay? You got to realize that no one's going to be able to escape this judgment, okay? When Babylon fall, okay, this whole empire, okay, is getting ready to fall, okay, and it's written. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. This is written, 51. It says, Babylon's judgment for the sins against Israel. And you do got to realize, you can't forget, all right, This great war is because, okay, Zion, okay, this great war is because Israel is about to be redeemed, okay, as it tells you in Isaiah 34:8. Okay, this is for the controversy. Matter of fact, we'll start there. Let's go to Isaiah. This is all getting ready to happen because our power is getting ready to redeem, okay, the elected nation of Israel. And that's why I said, okay, no one is going to be able to prepare for what's coming, okay, except for the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect. Because we understand, pursuing the prophecy, 2/3 is going to be cut off right along, okay, with their oppressor over here in Babylon the Great. Okay, Zechariah 13:8. All right. This is Isaiah 34. The point is in verse 8, but this is good. We'll start from the top and read down into it. It says, God's wrath against the nations. All right. Come near, ye nations, and hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. Okay, Yahawashi is about to clean up the earth. Okay, he's getting ready to mop all these nations, but we know, okay, pursuant to biblical prophecy, okay, you know, Russia, which are the Medes in this time, is going to come up against, you know, America, Babylon the Great, okay, and all these other nations, all right, to shoot their arrows upon them. And we're going to read that in Jeremiah 51, all right, but continuing on, verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Okay, and this is speaking about nuclear destruction. All right, the heavens is going to be rolled together as a scroll. Okay, once those nuclear missiles hit ground zero and create that mushroom cloud. All right, and all the hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from off the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Okay, this is the Lord's program. Do it not tell you how the Lord has opened up his armory? All right, these are the weapons of our power. Okay, his indignation. All right, the sword of the Lord shall be bathed. The sword shall be bathed, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and it shall come down upon Idumea, okay, over here in America, Babylon the Great, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. For the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness, and with the bloods of the lamb and goats, with the fats of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. See, this is biblical. All right. This is biblical. This last and great war that's getting ready to play out real time. Okay. And we're approaching it. Okay. Fast. Okay. We're approaching the day of the Lord. We're approaching, you know, the MOTB. Okay. And after the MOTB is pushed, okay, where it's mandated. All right. Guess what? We know we're that much closer to Yahawashi coming. All right. And guess what? This war is going to eventually heat up to thermonuclear. Okay. It's going to heat up to a thermonuclear war. All right. And Yahawashi, okay, is getting ready to deliver a slaughter, okay, to America, Babylon the Great. Verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bull, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with the fatness. This is the point, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Okay, so don't forget that. This great war is getting ready to happen because the nation of Israel is getting ready to be delivered. Okay, you can't forget these precepts like Habakkuk 2:12. Okay, matter of fact, let's get these. You can't forget these precepts. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12. All right, it says, woe, which meaning destruction, to him that buildeth a town with blood. Okay, America was built with blood. And Yahawashi said, woe to this town that is built with blood. All right. Woe meaning destruction. And establish a city by iniquity. Okay. That established a city by iniquity. Let's go to Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. All right. Woe to the bloody city. Okay. And that bloody city now is America, Babylon the Great. Once again, destruction to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. All right. So we know that Yahawashi is eventually going to destroy this place. Okay. America was built on raping, robbing, murdering, pillaging the earth. Okay. And mainly the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. Which is the apple of Yahawa's eye. And you don't think our power is going to make a move? Okay. We know that Yahawah is slow to anger. Matter of fact, let's just get that. Yahawah is slow to anger, great in power, and he will not acquit the wicked. Let's go. This is Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger, great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord has his way in the whirlwind and in the storms and the clouds of the dust of his feet. So he's going to get his judgment. Okay, and a part of this goddamn devil's judgment is him being removed from power. You gotta remember, Yahawashi said, he's getting ready to. Matter of fact, that's in the Apocrypha. He's getting ready to remove this devil out of the power seat. All right, that's getting ready to happen real time. This man is an unrighteous steward in the earth. Our power is getting ready to set up his son, okay, in the earth. We're at the end of this man's kingdom. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. In a part of this, in a part of our powers movie, okay, because this is a movie, okay, and we're playing the roles. A part of this man's, a part of the movie is this man's kingdom going out with a great bang. All right, that's in the book. Let's go to the book of 2 Peter chapter 3. Okay, the coming of the day of the Lord. All right. We'll start at verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. All right. And see, the hopeful elect is not going to be overwhelmed because we're watching. Okay. We're, engulfed in prophecy. We see what's going on. Just like that man said. Okay. He said he ain't watched regular TV sitcoms in over 5 years. Okay. He's watching. He's seeing these different nations getting ready to come up against Babylon. But guess what? The prophets, starting off with the head apostles and elders, and their elders have been preaching and teaching for 30, 40, 50 years plus. This message has went out on a great scale. Okay. And the elect of the nation of Israel has been prepping themselves. All right. The day of the Lord is getting ready to come like a thief in the night to 2/3. Okay. You wicked Babylonians. All right. You Joe Six-Packs, your Karens. Okay. Everybody that's over here dwelling in the land of Egypt, Babylon the Great, thinking this thing is getting ready to bounce back. No, this getting ready to catch you off guard. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens, okay, this man's rulership, shall pass away with a great noise, okay, via nuclear missiles, okay, in the chariots, and the elements shall burn with, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, everything over here is getting ready to melt. This is going to be a great, a vast desert after Yahawashi is done with it. The earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And this is speaking to Jake. How should you be acting, knowing that this day is approaching, looking for and hasting the elect unto the coming of the day of the Most High, where in the heavens being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, and we're hastening that day. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwell righteousness. And we can't get to this new heaven and the new earth without the destruction of this man's kingdom. Okay? Yahawashi is getting ready to remove this cancer out of the earth so the earth can flourish. Okay, the earth is getting ready to flourish under new management. Okay, and the new management will be Yahawashi, King David, the rest of the 12, and then that 144,000 governing body that's going to rule the next earth age in righteousness. Okay, because all this devil over here do is promote, okay, death, okay, destruction. It tells you how the the thief coming not but to steal, kill, and destroy. This nigga is doing exactly that. We live in a death culture. We live, well, not the elect, because we have come up out of it. Okay, but this man's kingdom promote nothing but death. All right, and guess what? That's what Yahawashi is getting ready to bring to it. Okay, that's what Yahawashi is getting ready to bring to it. This man's judgment is written. Okay, the writing's on the wall. Okay, America is gonna fall. America's gonna fall. Jeremiah, let's go back there. This is the book of Jeremiah 51. Okay, and getting right to it, verse 6, it says, flee out of the midst. Matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, we'll start up at 1. It says, Babylon's judgment for the sins of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst thereof, the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. Okay, nuclear destruction, that destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and empty her land, for in that day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archers bend the bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in the bridle, and spare not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Okay, and that's what's getting ready to happen. Thus the slain shall fall into the land of the Chaldeans, and they shall thrust through in the streets. For Israel has not been forsaken. Okay, and that's the elect. We ain't been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, and the Lord of hosts through their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Okay, and we're fleeing this place spiritually, but it's going to eventually be physically when our Lord comes. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. And see, that's what these Americans want to happen. They want Babylon to be healed. All right, but Yahawashi has already sanctioned this place for destruction. This place is not going to be healed. All right. Babylon, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches into heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. And her judgment is indeed coming. Okay, her judgment is indeed coming, and we'll end right here. There's many more precepts we can go into, like Isaiah 47. Okay, sit down and dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, you got Revelation, 18. You got Isaiah 13. Matter of fact, and that's what we'll end on. We'll end on Isaiah 13, but there's many more precepts that go into the judgment of this great whore. Okay, you got Jeremiah 50. This devil's not going to be able to upset prophecy. This is going to happen. Matter of fact, let's go to Isaiah 13. And like I said, we'll end right here. And we'll start at verse. Yeah, we'll start up here. This is destruction. Okay, Babylon will fall to the Medes, and what's in the modern day Medes is, Russia. All right. But this is going into the great tribulations, okay, the time of Jacob's trouble. And we'll start right here. It says, judgment on the day of the Lord. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It cometh as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pains and sorrow shall take hold of them, and they shall be in pains as woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give her light. The sun shall be darkened, and in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil. Okay, and see, we're at the tipping point of evil, being spread in the earth. Okay, we're almost at that measure where the measure is filled. All right, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, and this is a man of the elect, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore will I shake the heavens, and shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in that day of his fierce anger, and shall cause and it shall be as a chased roe, and the sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Okay, throw hand join hand. The wicked should not go unpunished. You joined unto this goddamn devil, Jake. Your ass gonna get thrust through too. All right. The children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. It's getting ready to get bad out here, especially for the end of Babylon fall to the Medes. All right. Behold, I will store up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight therein. Their bows, okay, these nuclear missiles, also shall dash their young men into pieces, and they shall have no pity upon the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when the Most High Yahawah overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, and this is a spiritual, Sodom and Gomorrah. And Yahawashi is indeed getting ready to overthrow it. Okay, so Babylon, okay, is going to fall. Okay, and everyone that's in tune to prophecy see that writing on the wall. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi Ba'Hashem Rekah Kodash. I give double honors to the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim and Agwaf. Shalom.